Okay, so we're going to look at levelling a cake, and for this you can either use a cake leveller, and that's just got a thin blade and a handle, and the idea being is that you can level it on the surface and then run it over the cake, and it slices the top of the cake to level it. You have to keep these sharp because this one's a little bit blunt at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the cheap version, i.e. a nice sharp knife. This particular one has got a nice sharp blade that sort of stays sharp. I don't really need sharpening. Okay, so we've got our 6-inch cake here that we want to level. We're just going to gently peel back the greaseproof paper. Just flip it over. Make sure it's nice and loose. Right, so if we go down at a lower level, what you'll see here. Right, so what you'll see here is that there's a bit of a dome on top of the cake, and what we want to do is just remove that dome so the cake's nice and level, so that when we put the buttercream in, you don't get a big gap in the middle that you need to fill. So I'm going to come down at eye level, and we're going to look here and look for the side that is the lowest. And we'll talk about how you try to level the cake out in a tin to begin with, but basically you start from this corner, and you don't want to cut too much at once. On a small cake you could get away with just about going across the whole cake, but what we're going to do is just take a little bit of away and just do little movements backwards and forwards. The cake, because it's so soft, it is going to cut quite easily, and we're just going to go across the other side. It doesn't need to be perfectly low and level all from both sides. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. We'll just carry on cutting round. Bring the cake round a little bit. It's easier to see this at eye level, so just bring yourself lower, keep on cutting. It doesn't matter if you see your knife here, it just means that the middle is a bit shallower than the rest of it. Just keep on gently carving away, spinning the cake round. And you just want to keep just half the knife in the cake. We're not putting the whole knife in, because otherwise you lose control of it and you'll end up with the cake a lot lower one side than the other. So that's that bit of the cake carved away. Hence now the majority of it. And now we just look for any slight imperfections. But what you can see here is that some bits of it are still a little bit lower, but that doesn't matter, because now that'll be, once you put the next tier of cake on and fill that and get a layer of buttercream around the outside, those imperfections aren't going to show. And that's it. That's how you level a cake, and we'll join